Hello, fans, followers. I'm gonna try to do a quick session here, and I might not do much to edit this. I just go on and blitz right through this real quick. There is a free gear removal. Check this out: 100% cost of gear removal. Get everything off all your champs everywhere, and you can do it absolutely free. And then you have a chance to take that moment and cleanse through anything that might have slipped through, anything you might have made exceptions for. You can take a chance and filter through all that, cleanse it out, throw it away, get it all sold, and then that way you have the best possible gear waiting for your champs. I do this anytime I see a gear removal. They give it to you for free. So just go ahead and go quickly right through it, and I'll show you what I do. I already moved a bunch of champs out of my reserve vault. This was at 178 of 180, and I moved most of these guys over to my main collection. And once I did that, and the reason why, I go through and I'll select all these. You can see as I'm selecting them on the right side, each one's got gear. I'm not even worried about who's got what and where and what the purpose was. I'm just literally, I want to get them all selected, and we've got, I think, a space of 70 spots. We've got 70 spots open, so we can get through, get all these added really quick, as quick as possible. I'm going to keep saying that because it takes forever just to get anyone selected, but all these will get removal of the gear here in about 5 seconds. So we got 70 down here, push them, remove, boom. You didn't even lose anything. You don't have to destroy. So as I'm going to continue letting this go in fast mode, just want to get through all that really quickly. I'm just going to talk over a little bit. Basically, I'm sorting through the gear. The easiest way to remove it all is to basically put it into the reserve vault. No matter if you have one unit, one champ selected, or if you've got 70 champs selected, as I had at one point, it will ask you to remove the gear. Normally it will give you the option of paying the cost or just destroying it. As you noticed there momentarily when the music started, it simply asked you to remove it or destroy it, because it is a free removal. So the free removal is even active when you are mass moving everybody with using the reserve vault. This is why I do this, because it's much more effective than trying to go through all the champs and get each gear individually removed. The only thing is trying to remember, make sure that you grab all the champs. So that's kind of what I was doing. I was trying to make sure I didn't want to necessarily select champs that didn't have gear. I think at first I was, because I was speeding through it so fast, but then I started slowing down and was realizing some of the champs didn't have gear, so I didn't want to select it and remove it if I didn't have to. All in all, this entire process will take about 30 minutes or less, and did for me. I've got well over 500 champs. So, granted, most of those are not geared, but it's hard to tell which ones are geared, especially when you're moving them around, swapping them back and forth. So that's what's going on. Now I'm just double checking. Everything in the master vault should be clear. I was going back and forth, and noticed that it quit. Told me that the capacity is full, so I'm going no farther. So I checked to see where I was at. Cleared them all by changing menus. Come back to it and then continue from where I was at. That's kind of what I did there. And just continue speeding right through it. I think overall I had about 60, maybe 80 champions that had gear on them. But with the 500 champs I have, it's hard to tell who's got what. So this just makes it that much easier. But can you imagine how slow and cumbersome it would be to go through and select 80 plus champions, and you've got 9 gear total if they're fully geared, if they're rank 6. So now here I'm removing the champs from the defenses of my arena and my tag team arena. And yes, you're pretty much giving everybody a free shot at your defenses. It depends on how long you leave it unchecked, or how long you leave it like that. It's up to you. I'll probably leave it like that overnight, and I'll start regearing my defenses in the morning, just because I'm getting tired. But those defenses will not let you move those champs from the main collection into the reserve vault if they are selected as a defense. So you have to remove them from your defense first, and that's what I was doing. So now that everything they've been removed from all the defenses, I'm in the main collection, and all the previous movement I've been moving around was getting everything done prior to make sure I had room in the reserve vault so I can move as much as I could from the main collection over. So now I'm just going through and selecting the champs that only have gear. That's why I'm double selecting each champ. If I see it has gear, I leave it selected and I keep going. Eventually I realized that there's only yellow, and for the most part all the yellow came from the reserve vault. So I'm pretty sure all of those had 0 gear. By the end of the video, when I was done moving all the champs, I didn't realize initially there is a way you can go back in and double check really easily. And if you're watching this video to the end, at least take note of this advice, because I can't show it. I'm already beyond recording. I'm just recording a voiceover after. But simply go to your gear and then do your filter thing, and then check for anybody who's currently equipped. And it will tell you, it'll show you a picture of anybody who's equipped on your gear of all your army if you select all of them. So it's an easy way to tell if there's anybody who got left out. I will do that eventually, and I'll make sure that before I start regearing anybody, I haven't started regearing anybody yet. I was reviewing the video before posting it, and I decided I want to give this quick description while it's in fast mode, just so it's at least posted when described. So pretty much again, it's all just a quick way to get all the gear off. You don't have to waste all that time. It doesn't have to be so difficult that everybody thinks it is. You just have to move everybody off for defense, and then you've got to move everybody through the reserve vault and back out. And just like that, everybody's cleansed. How about that, guys? Everybody's naked now. That's kind of how I make a joke about it. Everybody's naked. Rhonda, you're naked. Ha ha! Week at home. Never mind. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Rhonda, don't come kill me. Alright. With that, I think as far as putting everything back together, you kind of figure out who needs gear the most important. So if to you the most important thing would be your arena defense, then put your arena teams back together first. If to you the most important thing is farming, make sure you're farming. Like for me would be Rhonda. If I wanted to turn around and go farm right now, which I don't have a whole lot of space because everybody's got mixed up, so I'd want to resort everything. But if I wanted to use Rhonda for that, then I would go and regear her first. If you wanted to, I don't know, clan boss anytime soon, then go, regear your clan boss team. But eventually it's a slow working process, but for the most part all the gear is, I've got 1334 gear, not a single piece is worn on anybody, so I could go through and quickly filter out. It just makes it so much easier to filter now. I don't have to worry about when I'm equipped, whether or not I'm pulling it off somebody. I don't have to worry about swapping gear to see how it looks. At this point in time, all my gear is here. So after this video, I'm not going to worry about showing you my filtering. I've re-geared it already, and I think I'm going to eventually be showing a filtering process as far as gearing and stuff like that. There'll be another video that's somewhat similar to this, and I might attach this as an attachment added to my gearing video, which could be coming out in a week or two. But I'm not in a priority of putting that in yet because that's not as important for new people. New people need to know about farming and the early chapters. So I'm hanging on it to my gearing video as an archive. It'll come out in another week or two, and it was like a week ago when I recorded it. But I'll add this to that as well. But this will be standing alone by itself on YouTube. Hopefully tonight, actually. I'm going to try to release it. So thanks again for stopping by, stepping in, sticking around. I hope you guys enjoy this content. Hopefully you find it useful. It is, once again, free gear removal cost. All the gear is 100% free to remove. Take advantage of this opportunity. I've done it all in 30 minutes, and I've got 3 days. I could have waited for 3 days. I just figured now that I get this out, you guys got 3 days to see this video, turn around and go cleanse out all your troops. Get them cleansed, and then that way, when you cleanse them, as I was saying, cleanse all your gear. Then you go back through your gear and you filter it. You get rid of all the trash. So the only thing you have left with all the gear off all of your champs, nobody's wearing a single item. Only thing you have remaining is the best of your best gear that you've already filtered out. Then that way, when you're re-gearing your champs, you're starting them at the top bottom. Get your best champs, whatever's the highest priority for you. You decide what's most important on your account. Whatever you find to be the highest priority, you start with them first. Get them the best gear that you could possibly find, and then work your way down. And then that way everybody's got the best possible gear. And then as you slowly start to farm for more gear, whether it be gear from the campaign or gear in the dungeons or whatever, gear from the clan boss, some trash gear will slowly get put back in, but hopefully if you're being vigilant on what you're putting on your champs and what you're adding upgrades to and stuff like that, leave your trash gear alone. And then I've got a lot of gear, and I think I showed this already, but if I came in here to my clan quest, I've got maybe 2 million. So by the time I filter through all the gear and toss out the trash, I should make through that 2 million easily. So again, that's your gear cleansing objective in a nutshell. Thank you again for stopping by, stepping in.